Hello, Jim Hodges here, Freya here. Freya is a 6-month-old white German Shepherd, came in for our residency training program. Very smart girl. She's learned her obedience really well. Her biggest challenge, or her owner's biggest challenge, is her drive. She's just got so much energy, so much drive, working dog drive. In fact, you know, we want to exercise a dog like this, but I don't think you can ever exercise her to the point that it's going to calm her down. That's how big her drive is. So what we want to do is make sure when we ask her to do things that she does what we ask. There's no excuse for her not to do it. And the other thing is that when we interact with her, especially in working environments and in the home, when we want to chill, we be real calm with her. We don't try to generate energy from her by getting excited, playing with her like that. When we want to play, we play. But we just want to interact, we try to do it as calmly as possible. She is very treat motivated, so much so that I only use the treat for the recall commands right now, because if not, she's going to be focused and looking for the treat. There's a reason for that. She had a little bit of an illness a little bit younger, and she just can't get enough of food right now. Hopefully that'll abate, and treats are not the reason for her. She's more than happy to do it just for that love and attention. So I'm going to start working with her, aren't we? And let's see what happens. You ready, baby? Let's go. Now I'm walking her on my left. I usually like to walk dogs on my left, simply because if we're walking in the neighborhood, we're walking facing traffic, and our job is to be between the traffic and her. Notice how loose the leash is. I don't want it too long. One of the things that Freya would do is get way out in front of us. She didn't do it to be disobedient. She just wants to engage the world. She's excited. Hold me back, because she's ready to go. We don't want that to happen, so we're going to have a short leash. And when we have that short leash, as soon as she starts to move out, we're going to tap the leash. No, let's go. Good girl. Right back to us, okay? Every time we tap or bite the leash, that's a consequence. We're going to come back and give her a little light praise when she does it, all right? Another thing that I'll do is if she gets too crazy and is trying to surge out in front of me, I'll do what's going out the back door. When we were practicing that the other day, she's focused on the world. I'll sit around and turn all of a sudden, and if she's not watching, good girl, if she's not watching, she's going to get bit by the leash and the collar. And I'm going to tell her, no, let's go. And then the next time I turn, she's going to be watching a little bit more. We did that a few times in the beginning. I think you'll see that with her focus. She really wants to look at my face. Hopefully that's going to be the same with the owners. And we want to encourage that and reward that when it happens. Let's go. So here we are again. Let's go. Another thing I'll do is I'll change speed with her. See, good girl. See how she was looking? Well, turn, short leash. One day you can go as long as you want to go. But right now we want to keep it short. Sit. Good. Hand signal for sit. I asked her to sit. When I told her to sit, she now has to sit and hold that sit until I release her, okay? I should be able to walk all around her. She's going to want to watch me. Good girl, but that's okay as long as she doesn't turn on her axis, if you will. So sit. If she didn't sit, no, sit. If she got up, it would be no, sit. I don't like to break. I don't like to keep dogs in a sit for a long time because I think it puts a little bit of pressure on their rear end, especially as puppies. There are some dogs that naturally sit longer. Let them sit longer. But as a rule, I do 10, 15, 30, maybe a minute at the most. 15, 30 seconds or a minute at the most. Let's go. Sit. Good. Now the D-O-W-N, down. Good. This is down from in front. When I ask her to down, she lays down. She does not smell the ground in the normal down. If she did, I would bite her. And if I bit her, it'd be down towards the ground, no, down, okay? Another thing is she likes to smell the ground walking. Same thing. When it's let's go and she's smelling the ground, no, let's go. It's okay when she's on her time to smell the ground, but when we're walking, we want her focus to be on us. So I asked her to down. That was down from the front. Now, here we go. Sit. Good girl. I had her sit back out of the down. I could have gone break. Notice my break. She gets excited and she comes right here. I am already beginning the groundwork for the come command or the recall, which she is really, really good at, by the way. I think if you keep building on it, she gets so excited about coming. But that's what break is. It's to teach her that I'm the center of the universe. All right, let's go. Sit. From the side. Good girl. That's a really good girl. Now you notice I'm working pretty slow with her. Even my reach down to pet her is not real fast and furious because I don't want to excite her and get her where she might break a command, because if she breaks a command, I got to bite her for that, and I don't want to do that. I want to teach her to be calm, and I like to do that in as positive an environment as possible. You ready? Let's go. So now you got sit, tapping up, down, tapping towards the ground, let's go, or any kind of movement is tapping right back to our side, okay? Sit. Good. Now we're going to move right into the heel command. The heel command, imagine we have a box beside us, okay? It's her job to be in the box. It's my job to keep her in the box. And you see how she likes to praise and love, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to give her too much, because what might that do? Rev her up in energy. So the heel is right here in our box. Hand signal, heel. And now she's right beside me. And when I stop, I hope she sits. Good girl. Good girl. And now she has to hold that. So heel is movement, stop, sit, and stay in a sit until I release. Heel. Turn around. Now when I turn, I always straighten back out to give her a chance to get back in the box. Heel. Good girl. Now if something happened, she messed up, we would come in and repeat whatever the command was, at least to get her to do it a couple of times correctly. Heel. Turn. Straighten up. Good job, okay? Down. I could come right back into down. Now, when I tell her to down or sit, she's to hold it until I release her. I could go, stay. And now I just told her to pack her bag. She's going to be there a while. Now she could smell on the ground. Now she could roll over and have her belly rubbed. She could chew a bone. She could do whatever in the down stay. I like the down stay for one important reason. It teaches our dog that we're the leader. It also provides a segue into using that same open palm as a stay and going into a room or leaving a room, having her stay in a room when you walk out. Of course, if you walked out of the room, she followed you, you would just pick up the leash. Everything's done on a loose leash to begin with, and taking her right back. No, 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 stay. And then you walk out again and you praise. Anytime she has a problem or anytime you make a mistake, it's going to happen again and again until we fix it. Be aware of it. Anticipate what she's going to do. You're going to have a real good idea of the mistakes she may make or the things she may do that you like going forward just because of your repetition. When we're working together, we're talking a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Doesn't have to be marathons, but you want to work when you can and when you feel good to be working with her. Okay? Let's go. Another command. Place. Good girl. Very good girl. Place is to get on your bed, lay down, sit down, stand up. I don't care what she does as long as she stays on the bed. She can do this easily for 2 or 3 hours at a time. She does it in the evening with us. You see, when dogs come with us, they live with us in our home. So that means downtime, they're part of my pack with my other dogs, especially after they've been here for a couple of days and they've started to understand what the rules are. So we may be watching TV or reading, we'll have them in a place, we'll have them in a downstay, and we'll have them loose, laying at our feet. We want them to feel comfortable. We're doing real life dog training, so hopefully it's going to make the transition when we go back to owner that much better. Good girl. My hand signal there, if she popped off, I would tap right back, okay? And she can smell the ground on the bed. Places, remember, lay down, sit down, stand up, read a book. I don't care what she does as long as she doesn't chew up on the bed, okay? You ready, sweetie? Let's go. Break. Good girl. Sit. Good. All right, the next command is the recall command. She's in a sit. I'm getting ready to tell her to COME. I'm not going to use a treat for this, but I did in the beginning. Watch my hands. Watch her. She comes and she sits. Atta girl. If you could see her face right there, that's a good girl. Right. She really wants to come. I love that, okay? I get dogs that I really have to work hard at. She's a natural at wanting to be with her human. Watch this. Come. Atta girl. Good girl. No treats yet. Break. I haven't needed. So say she was out in the yard in another room of the house, not really paying attention to us, and we're wanting to start to teach that recall because it's so doggone important that our dog will come to us. Well, guess what? We can't just snap our fingers and get it. We have to practice it over and over and over again. So what we're going to do is she's going to be in another room in the house or in the backyard, and I have got a treat for her. She still doesn't know it because she hadn't gotten one. She's not expecting it, so it's going to be a big payoff. But pretend like she was in the yard, another room of the house. Freya, hey, Freya, look, come. And oh, now do you see she sees that treat? Good girl, break. And that is calm the way she took the treat. Because in the beginning, she was really little alligator piranha jaws, okay? So you notice my hand was closed. She bumped it. I'm not going to give it to her. I'm going to wait till she stops, and then I didn't have anything, but I would give it to her. She thinks I dropped it, but there was nothing there. Let's go. Good girl. So that's the recall. Notice whenever I called her name, I got her attention, and if we give her a treat, especially off lead, it's going to just help drive that even more because she's so treat motivated, okay? I got her attention, and I didn't tell her to come until she was firmly committed. Think about that. I'm implanting the word come when she's at her apex of being happy and coming to. Right. We need to do that over and over, and we never, ever off leash punish her, call her to us and punish her, or do anything that might be a negative. It's always come, and that's all we ask from her. And then the day that we need it, now, let's go, that we'll have it. Now, why did I go, let's go? I got the feeling she was getting ready to smell the ground. You'll have to look at the video and see, but I just felt that. A lot of times when you start working with your dog, you're going to know what they're going to do. You're going to get a sense of it because you spent so much time bonding with them that you get a good feel for what you're going to do. And guess what? They get a good feel for what you're going to do. Okay, sweetheart, you ready? Okay, load up. Atta girl. That's a good girl. Break. Yes, good. Up. So that's it. You know, we want to work with her. Work as long as you want. Always finish on a good note. Make it positive. Make it exciting. Make it a game. And she's going to be a great dog. Remember with her and her high energy, okay? We want to work slowly. We want to praise and love calmly 90% of the time, okay? We try to praise 20 times more than we bite, and we're not here to intimidate or dominate, break her spirit, hurt her, or have her fear us. Okay, she does something wrong, we're going to bite it. We're going to bite in a moment and go on. Thank you so much. Jim Hodges, 336-945-3232, JimHodgesDogTraining.com. Thank you. I'm here if you need me. Pick up the phone and give me a call. God bless.